if I told you a single overnight strike may have taken out aircraft Russia can't easily replace? Not because they're the most expensive, but because they're basically one-of-one prototypes. And the target wasn't just an airfield, it was an aviation complex tied to Russia's most sensitive airborne radar and aerospace test programs. Today, we're breaking down what's reported to have happened at Taganrog, at the Beriev aviation facility, on the night of November 24th into November 25th, 2025. We'll cover what's known, what's still unconfirmed, why the aircraft involved are a huge deal, and what this means for the future of drone warfare and air defense. Welcome back to Rotor and Pixel. We cover drone news and drone business strategy. Quick favor, hit like so YouTube actually shows us to drone pilots who care about where tech and policy are heading. And subscribe to Rotor and Pixel because these stories evolve fast, and I keep you updated. Also, if you're trying to launch a drone business quickly and profitably, my best starter resources are linked below as the drone launch box. Grab it after the video. All right, let's set the scene. Taganrog is a city in Russia's Rostov region, near the Sea of Azov. The Beriev facility there is associated with specialized aircraft work, including unique test programs and work linked to airborne early warning and radar projects. And according to multiple reports, that's exactly why it was targeted. Now here's the headline claim you may have seen. Reports say the strike hit the Beriev complex and destroyed or catastrophically damaged two ultra-rare Il-76-based aircraft, most commonly identified as 1. The Beriev A-60, often described as an airborne laser testbed, and 2. An A-100LL aircraft, with LL generally meaning flying laboratory, basically a testbed used to develop and validate systems. Important note, Russia is not exactly doing press tours for this stuff, and war reporting is messy. So I'm going to use accurate language, reported, assessed, and not independently confirmed where appropriate. But here's why this story matters even if you don't care about military aviation. This is modern warfare in the drone era, where you don't need to destroy an entire fleet. You just need to destroy what can't be replaced fast. Prototypes, test beds, specialized facilities, and the bottlenecks that keep programs alive. So, what exactly are these aircraft? Let's start with the A-60. The A-60 is widely described in defense reporting as a unique or near-unique platform built on the Il-76 airframe, tied to Russian airborne laser research. Whether you think that program is futuristic, experimental, or overhyped, the point is simple. If you lose a one-off flying testbed, you don't just lose a plane. You lose years of data, integration work, and specialized engineering that doesn't exist at scale. Now, the A-100LL, the A-100 program is tied to Russia's effort to develop a next-generation airborne early warning aircraft, basically an eyes-in-the-sky platform meant to replace older systems over time. And a flying laboratory version is the kind of thing you use to test radar, sensors, power, cooling, mission systems, all the unsexy engineering that makes an aircraft actually work in the real world. So if a flying lab gets destroyed, the damage is often not just money, it's timeline, it's momentum, it's the ability to iterate. Now let's talk evidence, because this is where a lot of social media gets sloppy. The best public evidence described in reporting is a mix of post-strike imagery and analysis, including satellite imagery discussion and photos showing burning aircraft on the ground at the facility. Multiple outlets and analysts independently pointed at the same conclusion. Two rare aircraft appear to have been destroyed on the apron. Is that a courtroom-proof confirmation? No. But when multiple reputable defense outlets, aviation analysts, and OSINT communities converge on the same IDs, it's not nothing. Now let's address the big misconception I keep seeing. Some viral summaries blend this Taganrog strike with other reports about strategic bomber repair or aviation sustainment targets elsewhere. And then the story morphs into a bomber fleet got wiped out in a hangar. That's not what the strongest reporting is saying about the Beriev strike. The Taganrog story, as reported, is about rare test aircraft and facility impact, which is honestly just as important, if not more, because it hits the pipeline behind future capability. Now, how does a strike like this happen? I'm not going to get into tactical how-to details because that crosses a line. But at a high level, the pattern Ukraine has used repeatedly is long-range strike packages designed to reach deep targets, often involving one-way attack drones and, in some cases, missiles, attempting to overwhelm defenses through numbers, timing, and route complexity. And here's what matters for the bigger picture. Defending against cheap threats is hard because the economics are ugly. A defender can't afford to fire $1 million solution at every low-cost target, especially if the attacker can keep iterating and scaling. That's the new air defense problem in one sentence. Now let's talk impact. If the A-60 and an A-100 related flying lab were genuinely destroyed, that's not just two aircraft. It's a psychological signal. High-value specialized assets on home turf are reachable. It's operational disruption, increased security, redistributed air defenses, hardened infrastructure, and delayed work. And it's strategic pressure. If your test ecosystem gets hit, your next-generation systems slip further right. And in defense, time is everything. Now, there are still major unknowns. 1. Exactly which munitions were used and what mix was involved. 2. The full extent of facility damage beyond the aircraft. 3. Whether additional aircraft or infrastructure were damaged but not publicly visible. And 4. How Russia changes procedures after this. Because every time a strike works, the defender adapts. That's the cat and mouse loop that defines drone warfare now. So what are the lessons here? Lesson 1. Bottlenecks are targets. You don't have to destroy everything. You destroy what's hardest to rebuild. Lesson 2. Air defense is being forced to evolve. Traditional systems were built to stop planes and missiles, and now they have to deal with quantity, small signatures, and constant iteration. Lesson 3. The drone era is shaping policy. Every successful deep strike increases political pressure for more detection, more restrictions, and more control. And drone pilots in the civilian world feel that downstream, which is why we cover this stuff on Rotor and Pixel. Because what happens on the battlefield becomes the rules and the tech environment we fly under. If you're still here, subscribe to Rotor and Pixel. I'm going to keep doing these breakdowns with receipts and with clear language about what's confirmed versus reported. And if you're building your own drone income stream, check out the drone launch box link below. It's my best shortcut for starting with the right offers, gear, and workflow without wasting months. Now I want your take. If you're defending against the next wave of drone strikes, what do you harden first? The aircraft, the facilities, or the detection and response chain? Drop a comment. I read them, and it helps me pick the next breakdown. Hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.